after some of my friends played the game, they realized they could exploit certain things. So it's my job to make sure that this cannot be exploited anymore. So that will be one part of the stream today, which is about bug fixes. And the second part will be just trying to code the hardcore mode, which will mean that you need to control two sticks at one go. So that is something on the line. The other thing that I like to do is high score, but today was busy. I didn't really get a chance to see how to integrate it to Firebase.io yet. So hopefully I'll get the chance to do so in the upcoming days. And yeah, we'll have to do the high score such that it will be a global high score. So that's one thing that will be done. Okay, so first things first, this will be snake light, the normal mode. Okay, let me show you what is the bug. It's kind of weird, but basically, someone has exploited the fact that because when I put space and if I keep pressing space, I actually do the generate code for the beginning. So you see, there's a lot of apples that go up there. So if I just keep tapping space like that, I can actually eat a lot of apples, which is not supposed to happen. So yeah, that is definitely something that we will need to solve. So how do we solve this? So we go to game manager. Okay. So that was unfortunate actually because that kind of spoiled the experience that some people have. So I'm going to solve this problem by doing this. Okay, so okay, one thing first things first, because once I solve the problem, I don't want people to use this glitch high score as their high score because that high score will later be used again once we yeah, let's just change the variable. Then like that, it won't be stored in their browser anymore. you have to you have to do the high score again. So how do we do this? Is you see when we do a start here at the start game. Okay, so start game is only called when input.getKey now. Then you do a start game. So we also need to make sure that and not is start and not started. So we have to make sure that the game has not been started. So over here we can put started equals to true. I think it's a small letter. So at the beginning over here, we can put a bool started. Yeah. So once we start here, okay, when we do the start method, okay, we can even specify that started is not true, just to make sure. Okay, we can specify like that. So let's try running this again. And before I run, let me just check whether my Twitch is running. So let's go and see that is running. Okay, so uh, this is what happened now. So now I keep spamming space now, but because of the boolean, it only activates one time. So now, regardless of how many times I spam space, it is okay. So I've solved the space problem. As you can see, the high score has been resetted. It's because of me changing the player press variable. So people are going to have to earn their way up again. Okay, so I would like to have a situation where if the high score is greater than 50, okay, I would like to open up the I like to open up a mode called hardcore mode somewhere over here. So, but before that, there's something that I like to change in the game. Okay, so it has come to my attention that because I played this multiple times today, it has come to my attention that okay, let me just do a full screen. Yeah, it's come to my attention that it is too hard. So the light actually compresses too fast, and that is okay. The light as in the field of vision. So by the time you reach 30, it is already very, very, very challenging already. So what I intend to do is I intend to um, not make the like I think the speed is all right after I played through like about 20 times today just to just for fun. I got a high score about 53. See, I find that the lights is being reduced too fast. So somewhere at the score is 30 mark is probably about the right size already. So this is 20, 21, 22. Yeah, the rotten apples part is okay. Yeah, it adds an element of variability to the game. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Yeah, I think this is about the right size already. We don't need to go any smaller. So you see, when I go smaller some more, it it makes it too difficult. So we like to do the vision part, change a bit. So over here, instead of minus 0.5, we do a minus 0.25. Okay, and then same thing. If score is smaller than 40, we decrease it maximum. Yeah. So if people who spam the space bar, the vision will be like close to zero at after that. Yeah. So this is what we'll do. Let's take a look at how this goes. So this should make it easier, I believe. It should make it easier. Yeah. So after the score is 40, the so basically I half the rate of decrease of my vision. Yeah, to make it slightly easier because I want people to actually hit 50 points. Then they can unlock hardcore mode at 50 points. So now with my vision not decreasing so much, so it still looks like a proper stick game here. Okay, I mean, yeah, it doesn't decrease that much. And over here, you can see that once you, yeah, so 40 will be the lowest vision you can ever get. And let's see how small that vision is. I mean, I could also manually just minus off, but I just want to play through to just have a feel of how it feels like. So, yeah, I think at 25, 26, still okay. The vision is still alright, still pretty huge, which is good. Yeah, the original one dropped too much, making it too difficult. Yeah, so at 30, I think this is still a little big for the final kind of scope that we want the vision to go to. So we can afford to go a bit more. 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Okay, I think this is quite good for a final size because the initial final size was really too small. You can't really do anything. Yeah, this is I think quite good. Then there will be some element of strategy as well. If not, it's too small, right? It gets very difficult to react to, especially an unseen apple, because sometimes you don't know the apple where the apple has appeared. So, like if I make the vision like this, I'm pretty sure the high score can reach until 100. I'm pretty sure some expert out there can hit 100 with this kind of vision. Pretty sure about it. So, oh, okay. So I still died anyway, but I want to make the vision like that so that um, people will find it challenging, yet not so challenging because the original vision decrease was really too small. So these are the two changes I'll make, and I'll re-upload the game today. Okay, but now what I want to do is I want to add in a button such that I can go to hardcore mode. Okay, so in order to do that, let's go back to our canvas. Okay, we go to the, okay, so there's one thing I like to change in the canvas because it's not really showing up properly. And that is because over here, the screen match mode is match width or height. Let's just change it to match height. Okay, because in the itch.io, the height was compressed, and because it compressed, it couldn't see the title bar snake light. Yeah, this snake light at the top couldn't be seen, which was kind of a waste because uh, yeah, it would have been nice to show that title when you're playing the game. So this is still okay. I have some friends who ask for like arrow keys for the mobile version of the game, but I'm still a little hesitant creating that because I think for mobile wise, the dimensions are going to be different. If I want to release the game for mobile, I will have to change the dimensions a bit, and probably the game wouldn't be played like this. It will be played landscape. Okay, will be played landscape. It won't be played. No, it will be played portrait. So I will need to rotate this and redo the game basically for mobile. So this is meant for computer play. Yeah, mobile I have to do it differently. Then I have another friend, I think it was Dan Liang. Yeah, who mentioned that the circle made kind of fixate on the wrong thing. So she fixated on the circle and then did not go to the square. I did not see the edge of the square. So yeah, I think she thought that this circle was the edge of the snake. Then she was wondering how come the snake didn't move at all with respect to the circle until the snake hit the wall and it's like, oh, okay, this is the wall. But I think it's fine. After a while, people understand that this is the wall. So okay, right now, I like to do a button. Okay, so in this button here, let's see where can I put my button. Mm, Canvas instruction text. Okay, let's go to the canvas and take a look. Okay, first, I like to add the scene tag. Don't know why they didn't automatically give me the scene. Yeah, gizmos I'll take out so that I can see my scene. So my canvas should be here. Okay, so I would like to add in a button. Okay, so the button can be here. Okay, adjust the button like that. Button color, since it's hardcore mode, I'll make it a bit orange. Just emphasize that this is difficult. Yeah, so the button text will be hardcore mode. Let's do best fit. Okay, this is a little too much. Let's do some padding. I like to do about 10 on all sides. Okay, the color can be, I think, white color for the text. And the font can be the fake receipt font. Does it look good? Okay, let's take a look at how it looks like if the hardcore mode is activated. Should I put it at the bottom? So I think I'll put it on the right. I'll put it on the left, yeah. Because on the right here, there will be a button called Submit High Score. Yeah, which then we'll link up with the Firebase and then we'll put a high score over here. Yeah, so one thing is I'm thinking whether I want to put this button together with this score here, combine it, or put it separate. So this is a design choice. Let me just think about it. If I put it combined like that, people might not think it's a button. So I think separate is good. Yeah. So they will realize, hey, how come there's this new thing here? And they will click on it. Okay, so one thing about hardcore mode is that I will need to then create a new scene called hardcore. Okay, so let's try to do this. Okay, so this is my scene right now. Okay, and in hardcore mode, I will have two snakes. Okay, it's really going to be quite hardcore. That's why it's called hardcore mode. So hardcore mode will only be activated in if you score above 50. Hardcore mode button. Okay, so I will put my scene manager here. Okay, so in this scene manager, there will be this hardcore mode button. It should be here. Public game object hardcore mode button. Okay, yeah, I don't really like it. Let's put hardcore button. Yeah, or maybe hard button. Yeah. So in the hard button, at the start, okay, if the score, so over here the high score is here, only show hardcore mode if score is above 50. If high score greater than 50, hard button dot set active to be true. Okay, otherwise hard button dot set active false, above or equal to 50. So we can do it like that. So this will set the button if it's high score greater or equals to 50. Okay, if not, we don't we if not we make the button disappear. So we do this in start. We also need to do this in we need to do this in the when you die over here. Okay, so actually I don't have to do this here because when I load next scene here, it loads the game automatically. So this means that we will definitely see the hardcore mode appear once the game refreshes. So I think it's fine. You probably need to assign it. Okay, so in game manager we need to assign the hard button. Uh, Assign. Okay, so it's done. All right. So cool. I'm quite curious to see how hard mode will turn out. You probably need to assign. Is it? I thought I assigned it already. Oh, because I played. Okay, so when you play the game and then you do something, it's not updated. So now we run it. Should give us, yeah. Okay, so I like to run it with my high score cleared. Okay, so let's see. Unity um, file. Okay, there's a way to like to remove player prefs. Clear all player prefs. Yes. Okay, so if I clear all player prefs, okay, the hardcore mode button should disappear. Okay, so now let's okay, so this can happen also. What this means is that you move your arrow keys too fast. It's not a glitch, so I'm not going to solve it. So people have to just figure out how to maneuver the snake well enough so that they don't kill themselves. I cannot make the game too easy, you know. This game is meant to be challenging. Yeah, I don't want it to be just a simple recreation of a normal snake. It has to be a little tougher so that there's some kick to it. If not, I might as well just play snake elsewhere, right? I play this. Okay, I mean originally this was meant to be a recreation of Snake, but I decided to add my own flair to it. I mean, it's your own game, right? Why can't you do your own flair, your own touch? Yeah. So this is the outcome of my own touch. This was inspired. This fluid snake thing was inspired by Mecha Chase. I think the fluid dynamics is quite nice. I like it. Yeah, I added in the field of vision myself because I thought it would be quite cool to do a snake that you can't see the whole thing. So that is an added element of complexity. And in hardcore mode, as you will see later, yeah. Do you play Mecha Chase? Hi Rachel. Also hi Mini Rachel. Yeah. I actually don't really like Mecha Chase because like I find that you die too easily. Yeah. And then it's highly dependent on the kind of, oh gosh. Okay. It's a little irritating. Okay, I mean I could try to get 50 myself, but I'm a bit lazy to do so. So what I'll do is I'll just artificially set my high score here. So yeah, let's just set my high score to be 50. Yeah, this you can do as a dev. So if you are a game dev, you can just, oh, okay, 200-meter peanut. I never played that, yeah, but I do play, there's this cheese rolling and combo. Yeah. Okay, so hard combo is there already. All right. So this is one of the benefits of being a game dev. You could just, okay, but this is not exactly good because I don't have a chance to test it. Okay, but it should work. Yeah, because once we restart the game, the hard combo will be there already, and so if you click on this, you should enter the hardcore mode scene. Okay, so now let's do hardcore mode. Okay, right, get ready. Let's just call it hard. Okay, so first things first, we go to build settings. Okay, in build settings, we uh, drag in the scenes in build over here. Okay, okay, and that's all we need to do. Okay, because over here in this hardcore mode button, we'll create a new script. Okay, so this script is called scene changer. Okay, and the scene changer, we can actually put it in the hardcore mode button. Yeah. Okay, so this scene changer, okay, uh, okay, let's just do this. So in this scene changer, okay, we add in Unity engine dot scene management. Okay, and then over here, we just need to have one public method, public void change scene, and then we have a string name. Okay, we change scene by the name, and then just put scene manager dot load scene name. That's all. Yeah, so this will load the name of the scene, and I don't even need to have a sound effect for this button. Simply it will just transit. Yeah, so that's cool, right? So over here, the name for this. Okay, so it will be an on-click method. So we need to add this, and then we just drag the button here, and the function scene changer change scene. Okay, and the scene name will be scene name is called hard. Okay, so let's just add something in hard to differentiate this. So in hard, if I go to my blue background, let's just make it like orange background instead. Okay, I don't think I can make it orange because it was blue to start with. So uh, maybe we just have a different color to signify that. Orange. I think I can still use the same background, but I just change the color a bit, uh, like this, a bit darker. I think this should work. So if I play my hard mode, this should be the scene that comes out. Okay, so in hard mode, if this is going to be the hard mode and it's going to be so dark, I will need to change my head color. So the head color, instead of having this, it could be brighter, like maybe this orange color. Yeah, because the background is really very dark. So I think this darker version could be symbolic of hard mode, because it means that you are really in a darker environment. I want to see the apples. I got that saver. I like to see the apples, how it appears in hard mode, like what color is it, whether is it okay or not. Yeah, so let's just take a look. Yeah, so I think okay, so I think the apples are fine. Okay, good. So this will be the hard mode. Okay, then this high score here shouldn't be this same high score, so we will need to change a few things. We will probably need to change the game manager. Oh yeah, no worries, no worries. Yeah, let's stay. Yeah, no obligations to stay. Yeah, I'll still be here to code the game anyway. You can always check the video at the end of it. Yeah, so I'd like to firstly, okay, in my game manager, canvas, there's this button here. So this button in hard mode will just be called normal mode button. So in normal mode button, okay, so over here, I'll just call it normal mode. Back to normal. Okay, I would like to change the color of this button because orange is the. Okay, let's just copy this. Oops. Let's just copy this color first. We hold on first because there's something I like to change in the title text. I like to change the color to be this color. Okay, and this one should be snake like hardcore. Should I call it hardcore or hard mode? I think maybe hard mode. Yeah, I think we call it hard mode. Yeah. So uh, back to normal. In this back to normal mode, we'll change the color to a more soothing color, like blue maybe. Something lighter. Oh, which was the head? Yeah, I guess I could add some eyes to the head so that it's easier to see. Okay, so this is yeah. So another thing that could be done in this hard mode. Okay, this color is horrible. Yeah, it- yeah. Let me just change the button color. I think this is kind of horrible. Yeah, maybe purple. Yeah, to match the side because this side is purple color. So yeah, the color scheme for that was kind of crap. It still looks weird. Yeah, I know. I'll just make it white. I think white is an appropriate color for such a dark background, and then in the text, I'll just make the text black color. Yeah, I think that should work. I think that should work. Yeah, this means like go back to the plain old normal mode. Okay, so there's something that I didn't code here yet. In this normal mode button, we have to add in the scene. So I wonder if I have already added in the script over here. I don't think I have the script yet. So okay, let's add in the script for this. So here should be scene changer. We put the normal mode button. Okay, and then we put the normal mode button here on the on click method. Scene changer, change scene, and then we change it to game. Okay, so it means that once I click on this, I should go back to the main scene itself. Okay, so since this is going to be hard mode, I would like to change the music, okay, to like make it sound a bit more drama. Yeah, so there are a few things that could be done here. Uh, okay, let's just because I don't think I have time to do the two snakes today. We see how it goes first, but I would like to change some stuff first. So first things first, the game manager itself needs to be changed for hard mode. Okay, so if the mode is hard, certain things here will change. Okay, so let's go to okay, the game manager. I don't have to change, as in the object. I don't have to change because it's the same object. But over here, I would like to add in a public variable here. Okay, so if hard mode is activated, then certain things will change. Okay, if hard mode is activated, I will do certain things in the code. So I can use the same code for both. So one thing is the high score will change over here. So if hard mode, then high score will be this, else. Okay, so this will be hard mode, and then player press will get in high score hard mode. Okay, then at the end of the game here, I will also have two separate high scores here. So here will be player press dot set. If hard mode, then you will store the high score to the high score hard mode. Otherwise, the high score will be stored in the normal high score mode. So we do have two separate high scores now. So let's take a look how this looks. Expected at 53, line 53. I miss out a semicolon. Okay, it's good to have this debugger tell you what to do. So this is what's going to happen. Okay, back to normal. Okay, this high score here is still 50, which is wrong. Okay, unless in the hard mode itself, I already set score to be 50. So why is it wrong? It's because in this game manager, I never select this as hard mode. So let's go and see again. The high score should be different now. The high score should be 0 in hard mode. Yeah. Okay, so now the high score is 0. This button is gone already, which is not ideal. Okay, we don't want that to happen. So if high score greater equals to 0 or not hard mode. Yeah, so if it's not hard mode, then we can show the button because we don't have a score requirement. Okay, there's no or here in C sharp. Is or is written in words only in Python or other languages, but C sharp you use double. So here I should already see my back to normal screen. Okay, something's wrong here. So if high score greater equals to 50 or hard mode, yeah, the condition is wrong. So only in hard mode then I can show the button. So I want people to go back to normal mode uh, normally. Yeah, there's no need to change that. Okay, so the high score here should be updated as well. Okay, so there's a problem now because once I reset the scene, I go back straight away to normal mode. So I don't want that to happen. Let's in the load next scene, if hard mode, okay, then scene manager dot load scene. Okay, so what do we do? Scene manager dot load scene. Actually, I realize I do have a load scene here. Maybe I don't need the scene changer. But it's fine. I already coded it. So that's, I mean, I could have done the scene changer here as a function, and then I reference the button can reference game manager. That might have been neater. So game manager will settle most of the things. So here in hard mode, scene manager dot load scene. Hard. What's my name of the scene? Yeah, it's called hard. Else we load. Else we load this. We reload game. So let's see how it looks like now. Yeah. So it's just hard mode right now. Okay, I just killed myself just to see how it looks. Yeah, looks good. Looks good. So so far everything looks all right. And I go back to normal mode. Yeah, so the title has changed in hardcore mode. Okay, so I think one thing is in the normal game itself. I like to change it to hard mode instead of hardcore mode. Yeah, so let's change. Where's my text? Okay, so let's just see again. If we hit 50 points, we should be able to access hard mode. And this is the hard mode. Then we essentially have the same game. Okay. Okay, but now I like to have two snakes. Okay, so how do we go about doing that? So it could be two snakes in the same grid, and then you need to maneuver both. or it could be two different grids. I'm actually more in favor of having two separate grids. Yeah, so let me think about how to do this. Okay. I mean, this could be the source of a lot of bugs. Yeah, maybe I should do it tomorrow. Yeah, okay, let's just kill ourselves first. Okay, so um, quite like the interface. Maybe this color here could change also to reflect that this is a new mode. So in the HUD itself, in canvas, let's just make the color slightly darker uh, for the score. Let's make it slightly darker. Let's make it slightly darker. Okay. High score, we make it slightly darker also. Oh yeah, make it orange. Yeah, to match the theme, right? Everything is orange. I think the score. Oh, actually, making it black might be a good idea. Black and orange and NUS colors. No, this is blue and orange. Okay, this looks kind of ugly. Yeah. Yeah. So I think the color here matters a bit. Uh, Green. Okay, let's just go through the wheel to see what color appeals. Actually, that color was okay. Off green, something like this. Off green color. I don't know what color is this. My vocabulary for colors isn't very great, but this is off green to me. I think it's fine already. Yeah, looks okay. It looks okay. So for hard mode right now, I do not have the two snakes yet. Okay, I'm just thinking how to do it because if I were to do it like that, there will be an issue because of all these scores over here. So I will have to do it directly over here itself. So one way to do it is to just use the same grid, but just put two snakes. Okay, so you see, this is the snake itself. It's currently at the center, and the field of vision is very, very huge right now. Okay, one way I could do it is I could just make the field of vision much smaller, so I could accommodate potentially two snakes. Okay, and then I can have like double hits, like two hits like that. Maybe you just do both hits in the same scene. Okay, okay, but there will be some issue here because uh, my find object of type hit will have a problem in my game manager because over here I find object of type hit. Okay, so unless I actually do my hit in public thing here, or I could find object of types hit. Yeah, I mean that might work. That will give me. Let's just. I thought I opened Google Chrome, not responding. Firefox. So if I use find objects of type, I should get a list that will be written. I can iterate across this list in order to add the game objects. Yeah, so as of now, the hard mode will have two heads, and so I will need to see when we do a find object of types, we have these canvas objects, which will be in an array, so we can look through this like canvas objects one by one like that. These updates. Yeah, so if I do find object of types, Here I can definitely get it to work. Yeah, the thing is, then I'll have two separate things for normal mode and hard mode. Or I could have a separate game manager just meant for hard mode itself. That could actually work as well. Or I could have this to be the game manager, and then I'll have a separate game manager for game manager hard or something to do the second snake. Yeah. But as far as possible, it'll be good if once one single game manager can do everything for the normal and the hard. And yeah, as of now, it looks like everything should be fine. Um, okay, so in order to manage two different heads, one way to do it is okay because the sensing for the movement is from the head itself. The only reason why I need this is so that I can get the position of the head for the waypoints of the body. Okay, so there will be a need to do two separate lists for bodies as well. Yeah, maybe it'll be better to have a separate game manager. So, and the separate game manager will take in the other head. Yeah, so one way to do it is to have a separate game manager, separate head, separate body, and separate apple. Yeah, so that we have two sets that won't conflict with each other. Yeah, because as far as possible, I like to keep my game manager to be similar to the normal game manager. I don't know if this is a reasonable assumption. Yeah, because the game manager itself stores all the currently the game manager stores all the waypoints, direction, bodies. Okay, unless I shift this to the body, sorry, to the head to take note of all the waypoints and directions, which is actually a possible approach. Yeah, then I can just basically use the head itself to do the decisions. Okay, whatever we do over here, like add waypoint or this, it could also be done in the head. Yeah, I mean, there's no reason why I need to use the game manager to do it. Yeah, so if we could make all this get waypoint count, get direction, all this, we could just use the head as the main thing to do it. Yeah, the only thing that needs to change is this the generate food part. Yeah, I'm just thinking how can I do it in a cleaner way, such that I keep all my earlier code, but I just have a, you know, essentially I just repeat the thing twice. I mean, I try not to reprogram too drastically because that's just not good. Okay, so I mean there are two ways to do it. Uh, okay, let's delete this head too. One is to still keep only one head. Okay, but in that one head itself, we can have we can have two separate heads. Okay, how should I put it? We can have one here. Okay, let's say the head is here. Okay, let's just see what happens if I have two separate heads. I think they'll give me a random error because it's not supposed to happen. -2 and this one is at 2. Okay, let's see. Okay, what happens if I do this? Yeah, so the second hit is not being stopped because okay, let's just press space to start. Yeah, then the body doesn't know where to go because there's two hits. So this hit is like a rook hit. It's not being mapped to anything. Okay, so in the Apple script, the body script, all this, uh, so currently the game manager has the body, has the rotten food, has the apple. Okay, and once we instantiate them, it's essentially the same object that we instantiate. Uh, I'm just thinking, how can I repeat my? Okay, so there's two things that we need to solve here. One is how to have two separate heads. The second one is when we generate the tail for one of them, we don't want the second one to have the tail also. We want only one. Okay, I mean we only want the tail to be on one snake. Okay, actually, you look at it, like the snake that has eaten the apple should have the tail. The snake that doesn't shouldn't have the tail. So okay, so it should look like this. Now the tail doesn't know where to go to. Yeah, because there's two separate heads. It finds the waypoint of each head, so it's like doing a ping pong back and forth. Yeah, but yeah, this is the idea for the hard mode. So so we need to. It's actually quite cool if we can execute this. Oh, it's coming to the bottom head. Oh, it's going to the top head. Yeah, so as of now, let me just take some time to think about it. I think the best way to solve this, okay, is to have two separate heads here. And then like all this Apple body head thing, we can do a separate prefab. And that separate prefab uses a separate, yeah. Okay, so even the game manager, I'm thinking whether I should have a separate game manager just to handle this. So when we start game, I mean everything could be the same, like the points and everything could still. It's very confusing. It's not good to have two bosses I mean, two game managers in one scene. So ideally, both heads should be managed by the same game manager. That's what I feel. Okay, so yeah, maybe I should just change this to find game object of types. Head. Yeah. Okay. If we change this to find game object of types head, okay, then this one will be a list already. Okay. Then whenever we activate the head, okay, whenever we activate the head, okay, so you see over here we have this get direction, add waypoint, or get direction, return head dot get direction. So in each of the apple, okay, so this will actually modify the original game itself. In each of the apple, or find object of, oh sorry, find objects of type, not find object of types. So this one should be find objects of type head. Okay, so I was about to open like the apple body and head. So in all of them here, we need to specify which head it belongs to. Yeah, like so for the head class, okay, there will be two heads now. So this will be second head. Yeah, so I guess we can still have the same. The square doesn't need to change. Okay, we just have two snakes in the same square. So it'll be very restricted in the sense that like you only have a fixed room to maneuver. Yeah, I can consider shrinking the snake even further, but I think this should be fine. Yeah. Okay, so we have two heads. We need to specify like in the body which head it belongs to. So maybe over here in the private thing, we can actually specify, because you see we already have the update get waypoint here, right? So we can also specify the int head num equals to 0. Okay, so all this we can do it for the Apple as well. Oh, actually, no, Apple don't need to. We just need to do it for as long as the respect, because the apple is basically when the apple is eaten. Okay, no, the apple is not handled here. It's all handled by the head actually. When the head eats the apple, yeah, then it will. So the game manager is still the same. We do the same thing. So it's only the body that needs to know which head number it is. So since the body has this function that yeah, set waypoint num, set move speed, get waypoint num, get direction, get position, right? So all these functions, right, will require the head num to be inserted in right now, because we need to know what head we are getting it from. Okay, this set waypoint num and set move speed don't need. Okay, set waypoint num need. Okay, so it can get a little tricky here. Okay, because there will be multiple things to set. But one thing that we need to set first is there's one function called set waypoint. We also we also need a public void set head num. Okay, and this one will set the head num here. This dot head num equals to head num. So essentially the snake will be controlled by the head. Okay, makes sense, right? Because the head is like the leader of the snake. So that will control our head of the snake. So when we generated our, so actually when we generate rotten for all this, no issue. We Okay, we might need to change this because we want to make sure that the rotten food doesn't appear near both heads. So instead of doing only for one head, we have to do for both heads now if it's in the hardcore mode. Okay, but I want to make the code such that it will also apply for the normal mode. Okay, body object dot component body dot set waypoint num current waypoint bodies dot add body. Okay, so let's do the first thing first. When we do our body, we set the waypoint number. We also set the head num. Okay, and what is this head num? Okay, so the head num will depend on who asked it to generate the food. So over here, this generate food function is called by the, I believe it's called by the head actually. Yeah, all this can still be the same. All this can still be the same. Uh, mm, yeah, here generate food. So in the head, we need to have a head num also. Okay, let's have it as a public variable. Okay, so it can be 0. Okay, later the second head will be 1. So over here, when we generate food, we use the head num here also. Generate rotten food, we don't need the head num because we need to make sure that all the heads don't get near that food. Okay, so when we generate food, we have a head num here. Okay, so what this does is that if we generate food, we have a head num. Okay, we go back to game manager. So there's a head num here. So all these bodies dot count, bodies dot count dot get position. Okay, so I will need to have two bodies. Okay, this is gonna be confusing. I think I'm gonna have a lot of errors, but let's just do it anyway. You know, so you never know unless you try, right? So I'm just gonna embrace it. Okay, so we have both directions and bodies. Direction two, waypoints two, bodies two. This is for the second hit. Okay, So here, okay, so everything here needs to be head dot get direction. We need to know which head to get from. So okay, all this data I'll change it. All this needs to change. So we do the generate food first. In the generate food, okay, the same thing. This random range is still the same. Okay, instantiate and body prefect is the same. So here bodies dot count. All this, okay, all this will need to change a bit. All right, how do I change this? Okay, it's actually not that difficult. Okay, num is zero, then everything is the same. Okay, set hit num. Okay, this update speed, update vision can be the same, but this whole thing here, okay, it would be good if my bodies is also like a nested list that I can do bodies. This, I wonder if I can do nested list in C sharp. So nested list in C sharp. It'd be good if I can do that. Then I can add like three hits, four hits with no difficulties. Can I do like list? Yeah, I can. I can do list. Yeah, let's do that. Wrong, wrong one. Yeah, I did. I screwed wrongly. So let's do nested list. Then we don't need to do this. We don't need to do all this already. Okay, so I'm gonna show you something cool here. Okay, nested list. Okay, so if we do nested list, it's gonna look like this. Okay, so this is the list tree directions, right? So if I want to do a new list, list int is like that. List dot add. Here. New list in. Oh wow. So this is list is vector three directions. List is vector three waypoints and list something body. Okay, equals to new list. It, yeah, looks correct, right? Yeah, so this should initialize everything. So yeah, this is a 2D nested list. Yeah, which you can add the rows and columns. I mean, we don't have to do that. Yeah, but over here, what they did is they did some like, oh, do I need to initialize it like that in the inside? Maybe I do need to do that. Yeah, because over here they didn't exactly initialize the inside. Thinking whether I should do nested list. I think I should still do nested list. So in the event that I want two heads, three heads, or this, it will just be simply just adding one more head prefect inside my scene. Yeah, why not, right? This will make it so much convenient to extend the game to other things. So I think I should still do this nested thing. Okay, so one thing I want to do here is, okay, where was I? I was doing the generate food, right? So over here, everything with bodies will be replaced with bodies head num. Even the head itself will be replaced with the head num because we do have two heads right now. Okay, instantiate body prefab. Okay, this body prefab is going to be the same for both necks, so it's fine. Okay, body object component body set waypoint current waypoint set head num. Bodies dot add body. Okay, so this bodies we need to specify which head it is. Okay, so now the generate rotten food over here, we can also do it for all the heads. So for each to for each bar, okay, head in head. Okay, so I called my head list head. It's kind of unfortunate. Maybe I should call it heads. Yeah, but I don't know if I call it heads now. Let's just search. Well, I have so many. I think it's fine because like like all this over here. Mm, let's just remain it as head. Okay, there's too many to change. Yeah. So let's go back to generate food. So in generate food, we already set all this to be a nested list, right? So we do have all these head nums over here. Head num, head num, head num, head num, head num, head num. Um, over here, all this done, done. Okay, now we are in generate rotten food. So for variable, it's quite h head. Okay. All right. So this is the pos x, pos y. Okay. So there's a little issue here. The issue is that for each head, oh, I know how to solve this issue already. Because the food is split top bottom, right? We can actually change this food x pos. Okay, so actually, not that big an issue. We can do the same thing. We can actually do, yeah. So maybe we just in generate rotten food we have so the head when they do generate rotten food we also get the head num here. So we get the position of the head here. Do this random weird thing here. If I were to recreate this game again, I'll basically make all the processing for the food and the rotten food all lie at the head itself rather than the game manager. Then it'll be easier to do two snakes. Uh, because I only thought of doing two snakes after I programmed my first snake. So I need to do all these extra steps here. Okay, so I do have all this already. Yeah, I guess it's fine. Yeah, we just need to make sure that the okay. So one way to do it is like this: if num is greater than the head num is 0, then the foot y pos. Okay, so actually this foot x pos can still stay the same because the snakes are separated by top and bottom, right? So we can just put the foot y pos. If let's say the head num is 0, then um, the foot the bottom foot will only appear at the top. Okay, else okay, so I will have another one foot y pos over here. So so if snake is topmost, then rotten foot will only appear topmost, top half of screen. Yeah, so it's like that. Else foot y pos equals to random dot range minus 4f 0. Yeah, I think this is already a good fix already. We don't have to check for both. We just need to simply ensure that the rotten foot only appears in the section that the head is in. Okay, so I think that should settle this part. Okay, we just need to make sure that everything else is okay. Insatiate rotten food, cotton yarn. Okay, I think this is okay already. Update speed, head dot set move. So over here, even for update speed, okay, we also need to know. Actually, update speed is for everyone. Yeah, I want both heads to move the same way. So yeah, we can just simply do this. Okay, like that. Yeah, we could just simply do this. Hit I. Yeah, so if body in body I set move speed is this. Yeah, so both snakes should move the same way. Stop speed. Over here we do need to set it for both. We basically we do the same thing. I equals zero, I smaller to. Okay, so there can be a slight issue here. We actually no, there's no issue because if there's nothing there, then there will be a null object, and null objects won't get executed. So this should work for both normal and hardcore mode. So something like this, body in bodies I update vision. Okay, so this one also needs to change. Okay, because the field of vision itself dot transform dot local scale. Okay, what is this field of vision here? So the field of vision we will need score don't need to change score because we want both next to add to the same one. Uh, okay, it can be quite confusing to do both at the same code, but let's try to do it. So the field of vision itself, unfortunately, I think I actually put a public field of vision here. Yeah, so it means that I will need to have a list. Okay, unfortunately, so in this field of vision here, okay, I will need to look through all the possible field of visions. For each of them, we change this. Add score will be the same. Load game over, stop speed. Okay, so the stop speed and update speed will be done for both, so it's fine. Okay. Sound manager dot play, all these are the same. If hard mode, this one, start core routine, this one. I think it's fine. Everything here is fine. I have a feeling that I will need to spend like maybe another 4 or 5 hours to debug this entire thing. This one confirm have errors, and this amount of code shift will definitely have errors. Yeah, there's no doubt about this. If I have no errors, it means I'm either awesome or you know I don't know what to say. Basically if there's no error, something is wrong. There will always be an error for this kind of massive code changes. Okay, so where am I? I do have all this high score, hard mode. All these are okay. I've been thinking about it, and I thought that if I were to do this generate rotten food by segregating it like that, okay, it's kind of bad. Okay, so initially the food y cost was random dot range minus 4f to 4f. Let's just keep it there. Okay, so if only is it if it's hard mode, okay, then we do this special thing here. Okay, only for hard mode. This is only for hard mode. Then we segregate by top and bottom part for the bottom food. And over here in the generate food part, I think I should generate two separate food if I have two separate snakes. Yeah, so you see, void generate food hit num. Okay, so the top snake should get only the top half, the bottom snake should only get the bottom half. So let's do it here. If hard mode, okay, then if hit num equals, okay, so the non-hard mode is just this one. Actually, I should just float xpos. Yeah, I should just do this. Okay, then I just change this thing to xpos and this thing to be ypos. Okay, so if it's hard mode, then I adjust my position accordingly. So if it's hard mode, if head num is 0, then we generate only at the top half. So ypos equals to random dot range. It's very similar to the bottom one, so it's just like that. Okay, else ypos equals to random dot range minus 4f 0. Yeah, so it's going to be exactly the same as the bottom one. It's going to be exactly the same as this, where we do it like that, because we're segregating the two snakes by top and bottom half. So this is why it's like that. Okay, so over here, all this, we will need the head num. So initial waypoint num, integer head num, and then over here waypoint num greater than waypoints head num dot count, return head num dot get position. So everything is the same, just that now we have two separate heads, so we do like that. And if there's only one head, then this wouldn't be a matter also, because we wouldn't have the second head num generated. Okay, so like that, and like that. Okay, at waypoint, okay, here we also need to have the head num also, so that we know which head num to add in. Clear all. Okay, so clear all, we also do the same thing. And over here we have bodies I, directions I, waypoints I, because we do have. Okay, update no change. Okay, generate food. Okay, so over here, if hard mode. Okay, so if hard mode, we want to generate one more. Okay, so generate food. Okay, so if it's not hard mode, the generate food doesn't matter. Okay, so yeah, so in hard mode we do two apple generations at the same time. If it's non-hard mode, then no, then there's no need to. Okay, so over here we do have this list vector direction equals to new list. Okay, but they do not know that there's like two separate lists, I guess. I probably need to add it like that. Yeah, so maybe we need to initialize over here. So when we start, we should initialize the array here. Okay, so that we let the code know how many elements are there inside here. So where do we do it? Maybe we can do it here. Initialize the nested list. Just quite initialize list public void. Okay, if hard mode. Okay. Okay, so basically we do what we see over here. Okay, we have because we have three lists here, list vector 3, list vector 3, list vector 3. So list vector 3, let's call it direction, equals to new list vector 3 waypoints equals to lastly list bodies. It's called body, list body, and this one is bodies equals to new list body. I realize today's stream is a lot of coding. It's hard mode not just for the player, it's also hard mode for me. Okay, so these are the three things that we do here. So yeah, we add. So basically all these are empty lists. So directions dot add direction, bodies dot add body. No, waypoints dot add waypoint, and bodies. So actually this should be called body instead of bodies, because bodies is the parent list. In fact, I think what we can do is like this: integer repeat equals to 1. If hard mode, repeat equals to 2. Or you can just put num heads. In fact, this num heads, it should be a global variable because I want all my functions to access it. So private variables. Okay, so at the start, okay, if hard mode, and then we can do here num heads equals to 2. Else we do this, and then num heads equals to 1. So that we know exactly that there's only going to be 2 heads here. Okay, over here at the bottom, when we had this, we can change this to num heads. Here we can change this to num heads. Yep, so that's it for this. Okay, I hope this works. So for body wise, over here we do have a head num. So everything that we reference here, we tell position of. Okay, so all this actually this is tell position of body actually. So that waypoint, we need to actually have the head num here also actually, because we get waypoint. Who calls this function actually? Get waypoint. Oh, we call it ourselves. Yeah, let's just have a head num here. Actually, don't need, because this is a internal function. So we just append the head num here. So anything that has to do with game manager, we need to put the head num there also. So let's just search game manager dot waypoint counts. So you see in game manager waypoint count, I believe I've added in a head num there also. Yeah, so anything to do with game manager, we need to add in the head num as well, which will be set to the head that is following. Okay, so over here, vector 3 dot move towards this one. Okay, this one no problem. Let's just go to the next game manager instance. Yeah, all these are fine. Okay, so we are done for the body already. So let's go to the head. Okay, the head, anything that reference game manager, I will need to load game over don't need because anything that reference game manager, I need to add in the head num. Okay, so at waypoint also need a head num now because we need to know which head to add to, right? Okay, anything else? La 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 la. Okay, so I think everything is done and I'm getting ready for the errors. So maybe when I see the errors, oh, see, oh, this one need to know num hits. Yeah, yeah. When I see the errors, maybe I'll decide that I'll call it a day because it's quite late here already, and then probably just continue tomorrow. Yeah. So I expect that there will be errors. I don't think I'll be that pro to not have any errors. I'm just looking through again the code just to make sure everything is okay. So the display score, load next scene, okay. All these are alright already. Stop head update speed, button. Okay, so I just want to see the part where I'm doing load game over. So it doesn't matter which head or body is, we'll stop both snakes. Okay, we'll stop both snakes. So over here, when we stop both snakes, yeah, by based on num head. Okay, I'm ready to face the music. Ready to get criticized by the program that hey, why you didn't do this, why you didn't do that. Yeah, get ready for my scolding. All right. Okay, so second head I'll actually need to in my head script. Oh, it's not even updated yet. In my head script, oh, where's my head? Yeah, in my head itself, I should have a public head num. Okay, so let's solve this. There's no argument that corresponds to the required formal parameter head num of get rotten food. Okay, so it looks like in eaten apple, I will need to also put a head num here. I guess if it lands in the proximity of an apple, then regenerate. Interesting. The three errors from here. Hey, hi, on Kuf. Oh, you can program a snake game in HTML, is it? That's really cool. Yeah, I guess you can use JavaScript as well to do this. Yeah, I haven't really learned how to do this in JavaScript, but that'll be definitely cool to do it in JavaScript. It will definitely be less laggy than Unity. Yeah, but why I use Unity is because it can also go for mobile phones and everything. Yeah, it's like you build once and run in many places. That's why I like it. Okay, I'm actually half a mind to just, you know, we can just make the hit num to be zero. I don't know. I mean, the rotten food generation in my game manager itself is based on the top and bottom, right? When I generate rotten food, so I can just see whether my eaten apple is it at the top or at the bottom, and then I can generate the rotten food again. Or I could just, I think it'll be neater to just have a head num here, and then I just put a head num. So over here, we could have a void set head num. Yeah, I think it'll be neater that way. This dot head num equals to head num. More OOP style if I do like that. Okay, so if I do this, that means when I generate my rotten food, okay, okay, we need to do this as game object rotten dot get component eaten apple, because this is my component I'm trying to take here. Okay, so it's actually going to be the same as like how I generate my body dot get component this one. Okay, then we can actually straight away dot set head num. Yeah, we can just straight away do this. So this should clear the. Oh, okay, it's inaccessible due to its protection level. I need to make this public. Surprisingly few errors for the amount of code that I've changed. Can you add a volume scroller on your game? Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. Yeah, I can do that, but probably not today. It's quite late already. Now I just like just killed myself by coding two snakes. Yeah, it's very hectic in the coding realm. Yeah, but that's something that I'll work on maybe in the future. Yeah, I think maybe next episode I can do it. It's not difficult to have the volume scroller. Yeah, let me just try to solve all my errors first. Cannot implicitly convert type head to systems dot collections dot generic dot list head. Okay, so this is in game manager. Game manager line number 43. Cannot implicitly convert type head to list head. What about the next one? Cannot apply an indexing with hex with. This is line number 263. Oh, okay. I don't need this. I just body dot set move speed will be good enough. Okay, so we are down to one error. We're down to one error. Awesome. Cannot implicitly convert type head to systems dot collections dot list head. Okay, so this line 43 error. Find objects of type head. You know what? Let's just save ourselves the trouble and just accept a list of hits like that. Yeah, and that should resolve that issue. Okay, and then in our game manager over here, okay, okay, so my field of vision. Okay, so I will need to accept two heads actually. So I didn't make this public. I need to accept two heads and two field of vision. Actually, I can just accept two heads and then from the head, um, find out their field of vision. I could do that. So I'm a bit lazy to code it in code right now, so I'll just do the lazy way. Just put head 0 and head 1 like that. And then the field of vision, I will have size 2. Over here, we have field of vision 1, field of vision 0, and field of vision 1. Clear. Okay, let's hope for the best that it works. Oh no, index out of range. Game manager 130. Body in body's eye. Did I not initialize it? Because I think I did initialize it. Bodies.add, right? Like that. Length cannot be less than 0. Okay, let's solve this out of range thing first. Uh, Index was out of range, must be non-negative and less than size of collection. Oh well. Okay, let me just try to go back to the normal mode first. Okay, and in normal mode, in Game Manager, we have to do a few things. So in the head field of vision, we need to update here. Okay, and then over here, the head size, we need to add one. Okay, so this is only one head. Okay, so then we put the head here. I want to see whether the same error does it appear in normal mode. So let's see. Okay, same thing. Index was out of range. This was in clear all at 130. So the issue is with clear all. So in clear all, what did I do? For body in body's eye. Okay, so I suspect it's because we haven't did the initialized list yet. So yeah, you know what? Maybe we don't even need clear all. Yeah, because now I do by the list method. I'm quite sure that let's just let's just comment out this code and see what happens. I don't think I need to clear anymore because I'm doing a nested list. I initialize my list, so I'm pretty sure that once we okay, so please work, please work, please work, please work, please work. Oh, okay, looks like it's actually working. So for single snake is okay. Let's try going to hard mode. Okay, so initially this head wasn't okay. Let me just press space to start. Look at that, look at that. Yeah, so we do have two apples being spawned. It's just that the tail is not. Yeah, there's something wrong with the tail. There's something wrong with the tail. Yeah, and initially the head wasn't okay. So in the initial part, we are supposed to make the head inactive. Over here, I believe we have snake dot set active force. So what's my snake? Oh, I have another game object called snake. What was my snake here? It's actually head. So actually, I don't need this game object anymore. Mm, okay, but when I have head here, this head isn't a game object. This is just head itself. So I might need. Yeah, actually, I don't need this. For integer I equals 0, I smaller than head num heads equals 0, I smaller than heads. Okay, head I dot game object dot set active force. Yeah, this should do the trick already. This should do the trick. The name snake does not exist in the current context. Line 98. Oh, why do I have two snake dot set active? Oh, because this is two. Okay, so we release the snakes here. Okay, so we do this here to release the snakes. And let's see what happens now. So I shouldn't see the snake appearing anymore at the start screen. Okay, this was snake light, so it's fine. Okay, I'm more interested in whether the hard mode works. Nice. Okay. Okay. So not what's not so nice is the body, but you see now both snakes are initialized already. It's gonna be so hard. This hard mode. It's gonna be so hard. Yeah. So now I just need to solve the waypoint issue. Yeah. So apparently the waypoints are not updated correctly. Uh, then this has to do with maybe the body. The body has a head num here, and then whenever I get waypoint based on the head num. But did anyone tell the body what head num it should take? Set head num, right? There's a set head num, and then there's a set waypoint num also. So it could be that in my game manager, I set my waypoint first before I tell the head what before I tell the body what num you are. So this one we can delete. I don't need this. Maybe in my it should happen in my generate food, I think. Yeah, I set my head num before I set my waypoint num. So we should tell the body what head you are first before we tell what waypoint you are. So let's try again. I have high hopes that it might work. Well, I'm quite impressed that I didn't have a long list of errors like I expected. So am I good or what? Okay, I mean that was a little egoistic, but I did expect to spend a bit more time debugging. All right. Okay, I guess I'm not that good after all. Oh no, what's wrong? Hmm. Okay, so it should stop when it bangs the wall in front. Okay, this is good already. This is good. But it also dies when you do this. And I need to find out why is the thing. Yeah, why is the tail following the wrong body? Okay, so maybe what I'll do is I'll just increase the distance apart here. I'll do distance apart of one. Okay, just to see how the tail moves. Just want to make sure that okay, so the tail itself is okay. It's quite late now, so I'll just end here. I won't be uploading a new version for the game so far. I will want to finish programming this hard mode first, then I'll edit all the way. Like I'll edit when it's finalized. So right now I'm stuck at this hard mode here, where you can see that the hard mode to normal, the normal mode is working fine now, even after I do all those code. Okay, so this is working fine. This is like how the normal mode should be. The only issue right now is the hard mode itself. The hard mode has this issue where the body is like following too close for the second one, leading to a death. Yeah. So I need to figure out why this second hit is having such a hard time. Okay. Why is the second body not following well? I guess maybe it's here, like set hit num in the generate food hit num. Maybe there's something wrong with the bodies here. It could be that the hit num here is not done correctly. Yeah, not too sure about it. I mean, in game manager, my hit and second hit are really like that. If I were to swap the second hit and hit, will it make a difference? Okay, I think it won't make a difference. but just to be sure, let's just do it. Yeah, so now the issue is this thing has hounded the first one. So actually it's a rook body. The body has gone rook. It's attacking the head. Okay, we'll need to figure out the issue of the rook body. Why is the body attacking the snake's head? So yeah, I'll do that in the next stream, probably tomorrow. So stay tuned and thanks for watching. Bye.